Hello and welcome to this. I am Dazza, more TF2. I never have any good intro to say anything. So, bringing you a gameplay commentary, as it's so frequently known as, on CP Foundry, the new Christmas map. But it's not really a Christmas map, it was just for the Christmas update. I am playing as Medic, as you can see, with the default Medigun, probably the Bloodsaga and the Ubersaw, my usual setup. And apparently some lag. So I'm playing with some dudes, and I've just got this gameplay going. I'm not really going to talk so much about what's going on here. I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on CP Foundry. Now, I'm not exactly a very good map reviewer type person, so excuse me if I'm not as good as other people on YouTube. You should probably look up a proper official map review if you want to see some real details. But I'm just going to talk about my personal opinions on this map. First off, I like it. That's just the first thing there. I enjoy playing this map, mainly because I've got some things noted down that'll keep me on track as to what I want to talk about. Well, this map not very good for bottlenecks. You'll know some maps, like most of the time it's official maps, that they're kind of like you get really bad bottlenecks in them, as in like, you just get a bunch of guys in one area, it's the only place you can go to get to the next point, and people just set up sentries, stickies, and just explode that area so much you just cannot get through. That's not really a concern on this map. I mean, it shouldn't usually be a concern, but sometimes it gets kind of ridiculous. So, this is a good map for if you've got an Uber, you can generally push through. And even without an Uber, as long as you get some good coordination, you can probably still get through. Because you got your typical CP map, where you've got your base, you've got your front line, kind of your first point, then you've got the middle ground, which is what you just saw there, and then the enemy base is just reflected the exact same as yours. So that's the typical TF2 CP map design now. So basically, that's that. I don't know exactly where I was going with that, but just for people who haven't played it, because I know there are some people who watch commentaries of this game who can't even play it, so if they've not properly seen it, that's the layout of this map. And what I like about the middle ground is that there are three distinct ways you can get into the battle. You got this place where I am right now on the right. You got the middle place, which is between the two trains, or between next to a train, and then you got the place on the far left, which is kind of dips down, and then you can come out on the far left, which is just right there where I'm on the left right there. Now these provide very distinct ways of how to approach the enemy. On the far right you got a big open site. You can get snipers there or soldiers to spam rockets or something. On the left, since it's kind of dipped down, it's a bit more out of sight, and there are some things that may block your sight down there. That's a good place for pyros, ambush classes. And you can see, you'll probably see a lot of pyros coming out there. I know when I play pyro on Foundry, I like to come up through there, because most people are so busy fighting off rockets and the guys that mainly come on the higher ground, which is on the right. If you're coming in through your base, it's on the right, which I think I'm going to right now. Since that's kind of the most visible area, sort of, a lot of people end up spamming down this way. So if you can get some pyros down there on the left where it dips down, it can do some serious damage, and that's what I like to do. And then you got your middle. To be honest, I don't really like taking the middle way, because it's pretty much just a straight hallway. Right, this place that this heavy's going into, it's kind of a straight hallway. It can be good, kind of, but I generally don't like to take it too much. But I do like how there are three distinct ways of how to get in, because that way you can't trap an enemy team. They will find a way in if there's three ways. You don't have enough people to block up three entrances. So that's why I like this map. It's kind of well balanced for both teams. And I just want to continuously say how I hate map vote when it freaking screws up your controls like that. Because I couldn't switch my weapon there, and I ended up voting for 2 Fort, which I do not recommend playing 2 Fort anymore. I'm past that point. So that's my main thing. In terms of environment, how the map looks, I remember the first thing that I said when I first tried out Foundry was that it looks very much like your generic TF2 map. Just you got your industrial, you know, you got your trains, your big steel places. It just looks like an industrial area, which is what so many TF2 maps look like. It's either cowboy-looking map, industrial-looking map, or Egyptian-looking map. Those are pretty much all the kind of maps you see anymore. And yeah, that was a lovely freaking soldier there. Runs away from me, pulls out his equalizer whilst I'm healing him. That's just fantastic. I love it when people do that to me. So yeah, it's kind of, as you can see, it all looks like your typical map. I suppose that's not much of a problem, you know, as long as the map is good. But I wouldn't mind seeing a different kind of, you know, a different environment. Make it look a bit different. Because, you know, I've seen maps like this tons of time, community or official, and it kind of gets a bit stale. But whatever, it's a good map, so I can let that slide. Now, I've already talked about bottlenecks. If you've been watching closely, you can tell there doesn't seem to be an area where people just lay down sentries and you can't get through. There's 3 ways to get through, 2 ways to get through to their main place, but that's still usually enough. As long as you have good coordination, which is what you should have in TF2. That's the key to success, coordination with your team. That's why I usually play with my friends, as you can see here on Balcony Man, and we usually talk on Skype. And I can't wait for Balcony Man because he's coming home today and we're going to get some good videos done. But that's not here. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about is class-friendly areas. Basically, that's just my little thing of saying how I like certain areas in this place are designed for certain classes. And this is a very versatile map for every kind of class, to be honest. As you can see, there are big open areas. A big open area is kind of like here, where you come in through that top area that I'm going at right now. A sniper could get there and pick off some people's heads. Not quite as good, but I was up in some rafters with Balcony Man. There's up in this area that we're going up to. You can go up to some rafters, and you got just this big oversight of the whole first or whatever point that we were trying to take right now. And good sniper spot, or soldier spot. I mean, a lot of sniper spots can also double up as soldier launch places. You can just shoot a bunch of things down. Same for demo men as well, if you can arc grenades correctly. There's that. As you've also seen, if the whole map was just totally massive and open, it would suck for pyros mainly, because, you know, they're short range, and pyros wouldn't really be able to do much. But there are still indoor classes and indoor places and all that, where pyros can be a very, very devastating class. I mean, it's usually indoors anyway, that they are. So we win there. As you can see, like, the whole enemy place is the exact same. And that's that. I probably, once I've finished talking about everything else that I wanted, I'm pretty sure this isn't the end of the... Nope, there we go. Second round. Once I've finished talking about what I want to talk about, I may just end it, or I might commentate on the rest of the gameplay. I don't know. But I'll actually go from right here. So this is your spawn room. You come up through here. Main awesome thing about this is that your point right here to your left, right there, that's the big point. So when you've got to take the final point, you're literally marching right to the front doors of the enemy spawn, which is quite exhilarating when you're in the middle of a battle and it's just chaos trying to scramble up onto that point. It's fantastic. That's what I really like about that. Then you got your second point, which is a big open area, which can kind of be interesting, trying to run up onto that point without getting absolutely destroyed. And then you got your middle point, and then the other ones, as always. So this area is kind of, you know, any open area, usually a soldier thing. Kind of a heavy thing as well, but not really. So, whatever. I'm sorry if I'm starting to run out of things to talk about. I'm just kind of difficult at voicing my thoughts on maps. But as you can see, if this is a very much kind of hard map to push up on, because now that they've pushed here, it's going to be kind of difficult to push back through that warehouse area. As you can see now, they're just freaking all over us, and I don't know entirely what happened. I think we may have got team scrambled or something, but all of a sudden we're doing absolutely terrible. So I like this area, this warehouse-ish area, because it's kind of open enough for a soldier, closed in enough for a pyro or a heavy to do some real damage, and it's just all in all really, really good. So I'm gonna just Uber this guy, and as you can see, up above this point, the big kind of ceiling area, you can rocket jump on there. It's a favourite spot for many demo men and soldiers to like sticky jump or rocket jump up onto there. I do it a lot, and it's really good. It's really good. You can shoot down on many places, and of course there are even holes in there. You can shoot down, where you can shoot down into the point. I'm guessing there I was changing my stuff, but whatever. That's all I have to say there. I think I rage quitted or something. So I'm sorry if that wasn't exactly a fantastic map review, but that was just kind of my thoughts on it. I really like CP Foundry, and I think you should try it out if you've not already. And whilst I'm just here, I've got a couple of the Pyro's new weapons, the Phlogistinator and the Third Degree, which I finally managed to get my hands on, mainly because of Hishmix or Koji, who, if he does comment on this video, thank you very much for the Third Degree, you are fantastic. And I managed to actually craft the Phlogistinator, which, if people don't know, you can craft the stuff using class tokens and slot tokens if you're lucky enough, because it will craft a random slot weapon, so you have a 1 in 3 chance to get the Phlogistinator. Go for it if you really want it. So I'll do videos of them. I will do videos of them. I might try and get some recorded and just do it right after I've finished with this one. But I'm not going to leave you on this boring screen for much longer. Thank you for watching, comment and stuff, and subscribe if you liked it. And put a comment down for what you want to see in the next video, and I will do that. But I'm probably going to mainly focus on the new weapons whilst they're still kind of new, because I'm a bit behind on that. Also, if I'm just going to be a bit cheeky, if anybody wishes to donate any of the new weapons for me, you're more than welcome to just give them to me on Steam. I'll give you a shout out, because I'm not really going to pay like £7 for the Thompson 6000. I don't care how good it is. But if you feel like giving it to me, I'll give you a shout out and I'll love you forever. Just saying. Thanks for watching. Good night.